Hello and welcome along to lesson 19. So we'll begin our day as we always do with a little quiet time. And this is just grounding ourselves so that we feel anchored and prepared for the day and we don't wake up and just, grab our phones and just start fleeing about the place and getting stressed. So it's about starting our day in peace. So I invite you to close your eyes down for some peaceful moments. Dropping your awareness down into your pelvic floor this morning. Very consciously pushing your sit bones downwards. So just feel your body move downwards. And as you push your sit bones downwards, I invite you to breathe in and lift your upper body upwards. So you begin to lengthen. And then as you exhale, relax your shoulders down. And just have this lovely seated, steady posture where you're now aware of your body, you're aware of your breath, and you're aware that you want to begin this day in peace, this new day. And then I invite you to bow down towards your heart as we make our statement to the universe. We begin this day in gratitude. We open our hearts and we surrender to love. We ask love and light to lead the way through the minutes and the hours of this new day. We welcome joy, fun, and abundant prosperity. We recognize that all encounters are wholesome and that all experiences can be met with a peaceful heart that is anchored in the truth that we are one, we are love, we are free. And so we release these words and let it be. Okay, so lesson 19, I am not alone in the effects of my thoughts. So this is an interesting one because we like to think that we have private thoughts, but in fact, we don't have any private thoughts. And I don't know if you've ever been in front of somebody who's behaving one way, as though everything is okay, but you have a sense that it's not or a feeling that it's not. It's not that you can quite read their minds, but their energy doesn't match what they're saying. And in that sense, as energy bodies, we pick up other energy bodies. We pick up on the feelings, on the sensations, and we know there's a knowing in us that something isn't quite right. And this is encouraging us to live in a manner where everything matches up, everything adds up, so that we're living completely in our truth. We're not trying to hide anything. We're not trying to deny anything. We're simply being who we were meant to be, who we were born to be, and we were born to shine. So I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. I've just written a note here and I just want to read it. Like, we can manage our words and our facial expressions, but it's challenging to manage your energy field. And that sort of sums it up. The idea for today is obviously the reason why you're seeing does not affect you alone. You will notice that at times the ideas related to thinking precede those related to perceiving, while at other times the order is reversed. The reason is that the order does not matter. Thinking and its results are really simultaneous, for cause and effect are never separate. Also with this lesson, there's a certain amount of responsibility. And I think the ego doesn't like that or is challenged by that we are, now starting to feel more and more responsible. And that's part of the journey of waking up. You start to realize you have choices and you start to realize that you're responsible. Today, we are again emphasizing the fact that minds are joined. Okay. So bodies are separate, but minds are joined. This is rarely a wholly welcome idea at first, since it seems to carry with it an enormous sense of responsibility, and may even be regarded as an invasion of privacy. And I think that's where the ego goes straight away. Yet it is a fact that there are no private thoughts. One of my favorite teacher, Ram Dass, writes a lot about this. Despite your initial resistance to this idea, you will yet understand that it must be true if freedom or salvation is possible at all. And freedom must be possible because it is the will of the universe, it is the will of love. So it is possible to be free, but initially you might be sensing fear when you read this lesson and this idea that you are responsible. The minute or so of mind searching which today's exercise requires is to be undertaken with your eyes closed. The idea for today is to be repeated first, and then the mind should be carefully searched for the thoughts it contains at that time. As you consider each one, name it in terms of the central person or theme it contains, and holding it in your mind as you do so, say, I am not alone in experiencing the effects of this thought about blank. So basically, if you're thinking ill about somebody, that is affecting that person. Even if you never ever say what you're thinking aloud, it is still having an impact. And it's also adding to the pool of negativity or the pool of fear or the pool of war in the world. And we want to add peace to the world. Ultimately, we want peace, so we want to add peace and create more peace. So this is where the responsibility comes in. So if you notice that you're having this thought about somebody, just remember you're not alone in the effects of it. And then you can choose again. So we don't have to beat ourselves up. I can't stress this often enough. Don't judge yourself. Don't beat yourself up. These are literally the habits of a lifetime. But what we want to do is break this cycle. We want to change this. We're yearning for peace. We're longing for peace, and peace is our birthright. And the quickest way to that is to stop judging yourself. So if you find yourself in judgment of somebody, thinking things about somebody or a situation, just pause, be really gentle, be really kind, and choose again. Because if we enter into judgment, we delay the whole process. We're adding judgment on top of judgment on top of judgment. So we really want to just stop, be gentle, take what the Course calls a holy moment or a holy instant or a sacred second, whatever word fits for you. You take a little bit of time, you pause, and you think again. And you choose something different. So the requirement of as much indiscriminateness as possible in selecting subjects for the practice periods should be quite familiar to you by now and will no longer be repeated each day, although it will be occasionally included as a reminder. Do not forget, however, that random selection of subjects for all practices remains essential throughout. Lack of order in this connection will ultimately make the recognition of lack of order in miracles meaningful for you, because meaning or miracles come along randomly as well when least expected. Apart from this, the as needed application of today's idea, at least 3 practice periods are required, shortening the length of time involved if necessary, and do not attempt to do more than 4. So again, there's this gentleness, there's the not straining, not forcing, not efforting, just entering into the spirit of this. So I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts about blank. So close your eyes, just let stuff wander into your mind. As soon as it comes in, you apply the statement. So away we go. And when you're ready, gently coming back. You know, this made me think about my mom and the effects of my thinking about my mom and how not only did it impact my relationship with my mother, but it impacted my relationship or my children's relationship with me and with my mother as well. And, you know, it was something that I had to sit with and really look at and change and take responsibility for if I wanted to have happy, healthy, holy, good, wholesome relationships with everyone, then I had to start there. And thankfully, today I have a beautiful relationship with my mother. And I no longer collaborate in conversations that are in any way negative in relation to my mother, which I would have done in the past. And that was one of the great things that came out of this lesson. Because even though I did speak about her from time to time in a negative way, I thought about her an awful lot in a negative way. And that impacts everyone. You know, that is in the energy field. You're putting that out there, whether you're speaking it or not. And to add, you know, fire on fire, I did speak about it as well. And so it's very refreshing to be able to see now the effects of my seeing, the effects of my thinking, and also the effects of my speaking. So let's release this lesson now. You'll visit it 3 more times today, unless that's challenging for you, but it's suggested that you do it 3 more times. And we'll move into our meditation. Taking some quiet time. And, you know, this morning I'm not going to speak. We're on day 19 of having a little meditation. And I think it would be really nice just to sit in silence for a couple of minutes and just notice how that feels for you. And, you know, if thoughts cross your mind, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Thoughts come, thoughts go. We don't have to engage with them. And even if you engage with them, just notice that you're engaging with them. And that's okay too. You know, just engaging with thoughts and then come back just to the quiet and maybe to the breath. Okay, so let's gently close the eyes down now. Entering straight into our time of meditation. When you're ready now, letting go of the practice of meditation, dropping our chins down, gently opening our eyes, lifting our gaze upwards. Have a great day and thank you for practicing with me today.